Oh, it's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and dale to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary, 'cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-too-da-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
To anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-too-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road.
the world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be
But
afraid.
every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-too-da-terry-o-dee, da-dee, a fwit-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Adventures waiting further down the road.
Let's go!
Good evening. Welcome to Space. We've come back for another episode of Jammed, which is our Spelljammer based just on, we remember from the old game, not the new expansion coming out kind of game, because we didn't feel like waiting, so we didn't. We dove right in. We are on our 5th episode, and I'm going to bring on two of our regulars. First, we have Adam, who is playing the luminous, not Captain Baz.
Acting captain, thank you very much.
Stuff it. And we also have the equally luminous, always surprising Flax as the magnificent Opal, who is certainly the kind of person who would punch a camel.
Hello.
What we do is normally we have 3 core members of the crew, and typically they play every week, except occasionally the horrible space plague strikes one of us. It's happened before, and this particular week it has struck poor Z. So Z will be sitting out this week. Let's all send healing vibes to Z and best wishes. So when you watch this, we all love you. We want you to heal real fast. So that means we're going to have two of our secondary crew, which are people that they're recurring characters, and they fill in usually one per episode, but today there will be two. First up, we have the triple magnificent, double frothy, white mocha with a hint of
Great cast.
lime sounds like make myself vomit. It's Barrett Tribe as the Twilliger Blithely, who has the finest calves in known space.
Hello. Wonderful to see you again.
Welcome back.
Thank
And
you.
New today, and we're just going to introduce the player. You'll meet the character in game. Our old friend of Barrett and I, new to the other two members of the cast. You'll love him. It is Andreas Fabus,
Hello.
who is going to be playing the ship's doctor, Bloodclaw, who is a Kinku. So about
Degree.
doctor. All right, so we've been not doing real long openings because we've been pretty good about putting up the YouTubes, and I've been doing summaries. So if you don't know what's going on, I'll give you a real brief summary, but go back and go take a look. It's on the Nat 21 YouTube channel. We have our own folder. Then we also have a YouTube page. You can go check us out there. Last we met, the Temerity was off in space and had become becalmed. How can a spell gemming ship become becalmed, you might say, because it's not being driven by wind? Very clever, I would respond. They entered an area with that strange crystals. The crystals made it impossible for the spell jamming hounds to drive the ship. So the ship fell out of spell jamming speed, went from phlogiston to wild space, and was the equivalent of space becalmed. The party had to figure out what the blazes to do. They fought a big, giant, sparkly, rainbow shooting, pride celebrating cloud. Managed to beat that. They managed to beat some scavengers that wanted the ship and everything on it. Opal was largely responsible for motivating them otherwise. They found a bunch of derelict ships that had been greyhawked. Greyhawk meaning taking every accessible thing out of a dungeon or other space. They'd been completely stripped, and they'd built a city named Rijik. And they learned in Rijik that there was one way that had ever succeeded to get out of this becalmed area. It was to ride the Kalyamar. And the Kalyamar is a creature like a space whale, but much bigger. And apparently it is large enough that it can resist the calming effects, and it can pull ships out. But this is going to involve a whole combination of Hoober Highway, weird instrument playing to call the thing, and then Dune riding the sandworm, but tying it to a sailing ship kind of maneuver to get you free. So we're going to begin on the ship. We have acting Captain Bass and Opal. You have been coordinating getting the 7 sturdy ropes, and the creatures that you made a deal with last time had fashioned large barbed spears that you tied off. You found the best structural places to tie these ropes on the ship, so that when the giant space whale comes, you can get the barb spears into it, and then you can end the music, and it will fly away. On the ship is, I think we said it was about 18. It was over a dozen creatures of a race called the Rutari. The Rutari look like red panda folk, and they act like Klingons. So they're adorable red panda Klingons. And their leader, Captain Dar, was the captain of the last ship that tried this technique, but their ship was not as sturdy as the Temerity, and the ship was destroyed. When the giant creature pulled away, the ship effectively snapped. So when this party found out that this was a possibility, you were able to make a deal, and they're going to be on your ship. You have agreed to take them out of here. So you have, I'm going to go ahead and put this up, a thing called the Hold of Holding. The Hold of Holding is a 10 by 10 room, and on the inside is 100 by 100, like a bag of holding or a target. A lot of the extra stores and repair materials for the ship are in the Hold of Holding. What you've done to make room for the Panda Folk is you've moved a lot of the excess ship stores into the Hold of Holding, and you've traded a bunch of the stuff that you probably won't need short term to the community here in Rijik for their help. So you've lightened your load, you've taken on some Panda Klingons, and Terwilliger and Bloodclaw, you are now acting with the team. Since I don't remember, Terwilliger, you were here when you picked up the weird little spider, right?
Yes.
Okay. The overall plot, just so that Andreas knows, you are, in general terms, a neophyte pirate ship. So you're kind of finding your way in the larger world. But the first job, effectively, that you got was taking a Fey prince, a little fairy person, on a quest, and you've encountered. It's your spider that's going to be Rupert.
It's a Shelob. It's like 20 years old.
All you got to do is make a top hat for it.
Yeah, I'll get on that. I
All
love
right.
making tiny hats.
So the captain comes waddling up to Baz. Captain Baz Bazrington,
Bastion Basil Chadwick III, if you please. Baz will work fine, as you're now at least temporarily a member of our crew.
Baz. Well, right. Well, we've secured the ropes to the spears. I've given one of the spears to your, well, actually two of the spears to your two dwarves. Do you think they have what it takes to reliably plant those things in the giant creature?
All you have to do is tell them they're not up to the task, and they'll go through hell and high water in order to prove you wrong.
That sounds passive aggressive. My people do not do
Passive-aggressive at all.
passive aggressive.
It's a management technique.
Management. Oh, yeah. All right. Fine. Do you have any musicians on your ship? Because we're going to have to teach you how to play the call of the Kalyamau.
Well, of course, I know how to do quite a good sea shanty, and there's definitely those dwarven drinking songs. And what's his name? Bloodclaw is amazing. I mean, has the ability to hit those absolute high notes. What notes are we looking for?
This is what most people call a symphonic cacophony of gurgles and cries.
Bloodclaw can do that, I'm sure. That's generally what he sounds like a lot of times. Yes.
I like that you're throwing him right under those, just get him right in there with some singing and cawing. Good.
So they're going to bring several large trunks of really odd, handmade, unique items made to try to simulate this thing's calls. So it's very Blue Man Group-y. you call for blood claw, and what does blood claw look like?
Well, Bloodclaw is a Kenku, so I am covered in shiny black feathers, maybe a little ruffled. Basically, a bird with a human body. And I wear my slightly stained medic's robes that I always wear. And yes, I blink at the bright light because I haven't been out of my room in a while. Captain Baz. Ah.
Bloodclaw, there you are.
Oh, I see. Jungle acne. A terrible case. I will get my medicine bag and cure you taste. You're disfigured beyond belief. Your ugliness will scare away potential customers.
Bloodclaw, listen. We need your other talents.
Oh.
You know, after you've had a few sips at the fermented nectar.
I see. I need to forge a new ship's registration.
No,
Get to it right away.
The other one. Hold on. I pull out a list and I'm like, nope, not that one, not that one, not that one. Your fifth ability. Thank you.
Music. I
Music,
will play
yes.
you a song that will make your feet twitch.
Very likely, but could you please talk with Captain Dar here? And if nobody else has any problems whatsoever, we can allow Bloodclaw here to kind of strike up the band, as it were.
So let me introduce you to a member of my crew, Yum, and unusually, so the red panda is actually more like a dark orange. This one's redder. This is more fire engine red, and this one comes waddling up. Hello, I am chief musician on our ship, and I have learned I've devised many of these instruments based on previous attempts to simulate the call of the Kalyamar. Are you experienced with the playing of flutes?
Flutes?
Flutes? These are flutes.
I, good sir, am a flute. I am any instrument I want. Listen.
Well, that's going to be handy.
Done with only my amazing talents.
Well, we use
I play.
And their assistant brings out kind of a wraparound tuba with two bladders. They start playing, and it makes this kind of noise.
Well, I do play the bagpipes from time to time just because I like how it sounds. And when the pain goes away, it feels really good. I can probably do something with this. Yes. So you want to attract a giant beast big enough to sink the ship if it gets irate?
Oh, yes, but big enough also to pull it without noticing the weight, and fast enough to pull free of this becalmed area.
In easy words, please.
We make big fish come pull us free.
Oh, good. I'm in. Yes.
We normally use eight instruments to create the layered sound, which they seem to like, but it sounds like epic but joyful flatulence.
Well, maybe the captain can help after all. I'm so sorry, Captain. I just remember when you had the tomb warts, it made for quite a cacophony.
That was entirely Cookie's cooking. Thank you very much. Those were not very good empanadas.
Whichever.
She is much improved.
I will produce any flatulence you would like, as long as we get out of here. Nobody has been injured in a while, and I'm getting very bored. So let's do this. Let's attract the giant fish.
Is anyone other than Bloodclaw going to play one of the instruments?
Oh, I do have perform.
So let's start with Baz. Go ahead and give me perform at disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Ooh.
Oh, yes.
And I can't use inspiration on disadvantage rolls, can I?
Sure you can.
Can I use a disadvantage or an inspiration on a disadvantage?
I wouldn't use it here because you're not. This is not for the win.
Oh, we're warming up.
Correct.
Okay, 12.
So that means that with the 12, you're actually able to play it when they show you how.
All right.
So 12 is enough that you're able to get it to make the noise. The noise is sort of like castrating a bull. I love that Lex has that handy.
Okay, so I grew up on a ranch, right?
Nice. I mean, not nice, but yeah.
No, not nice.
All right. Bloodclaw, are you going to use the instruments or listen to one and try to just mimic it?
I will mimic it. I think I have more chance then.
Give me a performance straight up, not a disadvantage, because this is one of the things that Kenku do.
Oh boy, do I ever. It's a 13.
So again, 12 or higher is fine. You're able to get close enough to be the sound. And that sound is like trying to make a fleshy bus stop with bad brakes. So there's a lot of like screaming, kind of a sliding, fleshy noise.
I'm a
right.
little worried about how much effort you put into these descriptions there, GM.
You know, you gotta color the cells, right? So is it just the two of you? Are Opal and Terwilliger staying free to see to other business?
No, once I hear the ruckus, I burst from my
way
room.
I'm missing this.
What is this cacophony?
Terwilliger, this is music of the finest order for the biggest ear in the whole sea.
You'll love it.
Giant fish that will free us from this predicament.
Why, I could hardly show my calves to music such as this, but I shall try my best. And I get up on the forecastle, and when the music starts, I start displaying my calves to everybody.
We see him. Put him away.
So Opal, are you playing instruments? So there are 8 instruments. Every instrument you're not playing will be played by an NPC.
Okay. What is there a percussion? I think Opal would be very into percussion.
Yes. It is a percussion, but it's with damp drum heads that make whoop, 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 whoop kind of noises. So you're but it's still
okay.
Yeah.
Soggy drums. Okay.
Yeah, it's like dipping a taiko drummer presentation. Like, yeah. Give you kind of a jello kind of a. So Opal just starts hitting the damp, stretchy, and it makes
there is no rhythm. There's no rhythm. It's just loud and persistent.
Terwilliger, your contribution to our getting out of here is displaying your very white calves.
But they're so white because of the fine agrarian hose that they're in right now.
I can't but notice that those are very, very fine. Those pants. Oh my goodness, they're tight and delicious. Listen,
Bloodclaw, you can't do.
When we are out of here, I think my door will be open to the regularly mandated crew counseling. I think we all have problems, and I will gladly help you get over them. So just sign up for a session as usual, and you might have the serpent fever, my good Terwilliger.
I may have it at that. Look at my calves.
It's 1, 2, 3.
Definitely.
I did a perform test from Opal. We haven't gotten one yet.
Oh no. At
You
disadvantage.
wait!
Yes.
Opal, listen.
Yes.
Of all the dwarves on the sea, you're the strongest, the most fearsome, the most talented. I believe in you, Opal.
I believe in
I'm
me
sure you
too.
play
Yeah.
those soggy drums like nobody, not even the pandas themselves, have ever played them. And I'll give you bardic inspiration. You can roll.
Thank goodness, because I suck.
There. I believe in you if nobody else does.
Awesome. Okay. So Bardic Inspiration gives me a D6.
D6.
Yes.
But you don't have to use it until you know it's within 10 minutes, so you can just sit there.
Okay, but I'm rolling with disadvantage, yes, because
Oh yeah, you don't know how
yeah.
to play these weird.
making space fish music. Oh, it's not so bad. I mean, it's still only an 11, so I'm going to roll that d6. Hey, not so bad. 16. That helped. Thank you.
Okay, so that means
Nice.
you can play the instrument. So the three of you and then 5 NPCs are going to play.
And one background dancer.
and one backup dancer.
What would we do without you?
Helping us-
The whale
helping
is
us
not
keep
interested
rhythm.
if you aren't being seductively dancing during this song.
As you're doing this, you notice that some of the scavengers that you initially scared away are kind of looming. Although the warden and the defenders are kind of keeping them at bay, but you can see them like waiting to see if there's going to be, a point to come in and strike. And for Bloodclaw's information, there is a group of people here that are so desperate for resources they tried to just strip the ship, but they were driven off.
I disapprove.
Just for the record, you disapprove.
Mhm.
Acting
Right.
first mate Captain Opal definitely made them not want to be here.
Ah, very
Yeah. Yeah, I nearly chopped off her arm. It's
Ah.
fine.
So
again.
the Captain Dar says, "This is not an immediate thing. This can take a while. You have a cook, right? She makes those lovely cookies."
Ah, yeah. She's actually really good. You should try her empanadas as well. Cookie.
She'll need to keep. Well, this could take hours, possibly days.
Wait. Hours of continuous playing, or now we wait?
No continuous playing.
What?
We have to try to make this sound when one of these things gets close. We won't even see it.
My God, man, there's no other way to get us out of here.
We've tried a bunch, and most are even worse than this and result in more deaths.
Fine.
All right.
Let's leave Cookie out of this. She's making flan, and I really want to eat it. So
I'm eventually going to get hungry. So Corky should, I screwed up her name again. Corky should, we should definitely let her know she might be feeding us in the midst of all this, and that she should probably get you some of those mushrooms to plug up her ears.
All right, the three of you that are performing, I'm going to need perform rolls. This is going to be against a 14. Go.
Oh boy.
Disadvantage or no?
No, you can roll straight up. Now you've been taught to play.
I got a 20, not natural.
24, not natural.
Good.
15. I'm doing it all with my mouth.
Good. Are we still doing phrasing?
Listen.
So
It's a
I-
medical term.
I'm going to need Mr. Tribe to roll a d12. High is good for the party. Low is somewhat less good.
Mm.
All right. A 10.
I see that I've been loaded down with chaos again. So normally that
Oh,
probably
yes.
isn't enough to do it pretty quickly, but nah. So I'm gonna need all three of you to make a Constitution save.
Bambi.
All right. No. Just straight up, huh?
Yep.
Ooh.
12.
9.
12 is all you need. So that means that Bloodclaw has a level of exhaustion.
Eh,
Means you're going to be doing skill rolls at disadvantage, including this.
I don't like it.
Play again. Everyone roll. You need another 14. Bloodclaw, who is tired, has to roll at disadvantage.
18.
It is a 19.
25.
Oh my God, Captain!
I would like to point out, as an actor, I have wonderful performance.
Your visage gleams in the sunlight. I am impressed. Your masculine excellence
I'm still working on my calves, however, but don't worry, I'll get
Not quite as fetching as Twillinger's for sure.
Hmm.
Lux, give me a D12, please.
Five.
Okay. One more set of Constitution rolls.
But,
Dang it.
Ooh.
Damn it.
I'd like to use inspiration, please.
Yeah, this and poor Bloodclaw doesn't have any.
It was an 8. And now this is getting tiresome.
Can I
19.
donate an inspiration to Bloodclaw since he has none?
You cannot.
Dang it. Sorry. Tried.
So did only Bloodclaw fail the? So apparently the poor Kenku is easily tired. You know, have 2 levels of exhaustion. Now the 3 of you need to do another perform roll.
Doctor, medicine. If you seem rather exhausted from overexerting yourself.
I usually do not sing so beautiful for 9 hours straight.
But mayhaps I might step in your place.
And are you going to play
instrument
your
while
calf
you rest.
there? Sure, do it.
So the only problem is you didn't learn the instrument.
That's all right.
And neither did Bloodclaw because he's just mimicking using his Kenku powers. All right, so
You can screech.
wow.
Wait, Twillinger. Not just your legs are beautiful, but your mind is also. All the people on this ship, when you walk by and I hear your heels click on the deck above me,
Yes.
I want to immediately fly, but I can't. Even
Well,
though I look like a bird. Anyway, you make me a better bird, and I will make you a better person. Here's inspiration for you. A D6.
oh, thank you. I mean,
Please bring this home, Twillinger.
I shall do my best, and
I'll
I
flop
just, you know.
onto the deck and just leave heavily.
So Buzz, Opal, and Twillinger, I need performance checks. Twillinger at disadvantage.
Be like cookies, special cookies.
19.
We're only after 12s, right?
14.
I would love to burn an inspiration
Oh
then.
God, please.
What are we rolling for inspiration? Oh, I don't have inspiration. I have bardic inspiration, so that's
Right. You could drop
An
that.
extra D6.
D6.
hmm
Do it.
So when one rolls inspiration, we only take numbers if they're higher, correct?
It is the higher of the 2 rolls, yeah.
Oh, good. I still failed. First one was a 3. The second one was a 1.
So you said you take the higher of the 2 or the lower of the 2?
Higher.
Higher. Okay. Then what did I get?
Oh,
I got a
you roll-
14.
I'm sorry. We're rolling
14.
disadvantage. It's the
Yeah.
lower of the 2.
Lower. So okay, I got a 7.
Okay. So Opal, did you make it?
I did. I got a 19.
Okay, so
Opal's killing it
Opal's
with
nice.
percussion.
Yeah. Let's have a D12 from Andreas. Everyone's getting tired. A bunch of the NPCs have also stopped.
You're doing great. I'm proud of all of you. Oh, I know. I will clamber up into the crow's nest and look if I see maybe a wake in the waves and a whale approaching.
D12 from Andreas.
Oh, great. Ha! Come on. It's a 4.
Yeah. Unfortunately, at this point, there's literally Opal and like 2 NPCs playing 3 of the 8 instruments. So it's gone from a cacophony to just kind of a sad.
Wait, I think we should call a halt. We need some sustenance. We need to get back into proper form in order to do this. You know,
The captain, the Red Panda captain, yells something vulgar in adorable Red Panda Klingon language.
Captain Dar, if we're not playing well, and if we're not playing well, we won't get it to appear. If we don't get it to appear,
I understand. I'm just peed off.
Well, let me just tell you, Too much music in one sitting can lead to collapsing nose or winter stomach. Both terrible, terrible illnesses. Not to joke with.
Winter stomach.
Yes, winter stomach.
Yeah.
You get a very cold stomach, and when you drink, it freezes. Yeah, how would you feel? So don't push us. You make these weird instruments. You play them.
We
Regardless, enough. Bloodclaw, settle down. Settle down.
Do you know why they call me Bloodclaw? I can tell you why they call me Bloodclaw.
Yes, it's because you can't wash your own hands. Now,
Oh, okay.
would everyone please just settle down? We need a break.
That is one.
All right.
Corky, food.
I think you'd get a glare with the clap, but she'd still bring out food.
You probably just get fed last.
It's a management style.
Yeah, it's a choice, that's for sure. All right, so you get, I guess you get out of the area, like go back to the city. Some of your crew remains on the ship, but you can go back and have food. Do you want it? Well, it's up to you.
Actually, I would rather we have food on the ship.
Want to stay on the ship and not go back to the city?
Yes,
One, we've had
because
instruments here. Two, we happen to have the raver or the Ravagers who are flying around in the distance. I'd rather not find out that they decided to keep us here.
Okay. So, with that in mind, is anyone going to arm the ballista?
Should we?
I'm surprised we don't have them armed now with ropes attached in order to take out or to attach to the whale.
You would have a conversation about that, and the spears you have are heavy enough that you're better off actually making sure they're anchored than doing the quick shot and hoping for the best. Also, heavy ropes are very heavy, so shooting a big chunk of metal with 60 pounds of rope behind it, it's gonna go like 5 feet and go poop. So
Fair enough.
yeah.
I appreciate your hands-off management style.
However, given that, I would at least talk to the doors and be like, keep an eye on the Ravagers, and always have a ballista ready just in case.
yeah, me and my buddy Durgan will be on that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know it. I'm sort of hoping they try something.
Yeah, no kidding. I want to chop her arm off for real this time.
Also, call down to the twins who are probably relaxing below deck. Be like, when we're not playing, you never know what those Ravagers might do. Just be ready, please.
They're actually meditating because they want to be ready. Because if you're actually able to pull free, they want to be ready. One of them will hit the helm and get you going.
Oh,
They want to
great.
make sure they're as rough to
The other one can make absolutely sure we don't die in here. Basically, everyone stay on guard.
Very good. Excuse me. I was in my cabin for so long. The city. Why not go to the city? We might find musicians there.
We did offer anyone who wanted to come with us a chance.
Oh, well, bother.
So it was not specifically in regards to trying to hire musicians. That is
No.
a new thing. You could, in theory, go back and try to pick up some musicians to up your percentage of skilled musicians as opposed to teetotalers and twabble-obbers.
Actually, Bloodclaw, that is an amazingly good idea. However, I think if we're going to do that, we should send someone who is both likable and energetic. Twillinger, what are you doing?
Not a thing, sir. Not a thing.
Good, stay here.
They won't. Oh my goodness.
Well, Captain, what a sharp barb. I did not expect such wit from you, but you have cut deep and cut fast.
I'm working on it. Now, if we have the possibility of actually playing these instruments to their fullest extent, then Bloodclaw's right. We probably should see about that. I do not desire to leave this, leave the Temerity undefended. Captain Dar, how are your men for defense?
Does this answer your question? And he raises himself up into Red Panda challenge waddle.
Good enough.
I'm
Wonderful.
smaller. I'm very scary.
Bloodclaw, you can most imitate any of the instruments we've heard today to see if anybody else can play them.
I think so. Although
Twillinger?
people might think I'm sick.
Twillinger,
Yes.
you are actually very good at persuading people to a point of view. We could use you.
And I would love to see the city again. Oh, how enchanting Metropolitan can be.
And Opal, you
So,
and
Adam, I'm
Yes.
going to go ahead and narratively make this call and just say the Captain Noble stayed to defend the ship, and the two characters that haven't had as much screen time will go to the city and take care of business. If that's where you're going, great. I'm just getting you there fast.
Yep.
All right, cool, beautiful. So Twilliger and Bloodclaw, you head to Ridgick. Ridgick is a big floating town made of parts of ships. So there are whole like the backs of galleons as windows on the side, and you can come in any number of ways. When you get inside, there are holds everywhere, including bars that you can put your foot under, because there's limited gravity out here. Just this weird area. When you're spell jamming, it actually exerts a gravity, so it's a lot like normal sailing. But here in this strange place, everyone is floating. So this is actually the first time Bloodclaw can fly.
Woo!
Because here you fly. When they also found out, like the scavengers, they wear wingsuits and they're able to maneuver better. And since you have wings, you can actually fly.
Hey, Twillinger, you should lead on and use your winning personality. Just know I'm good in plugging holes in people, but I'm also really good in making holes in people. And I pull my coat to the side and show my giant blunderbuss. Just say the word and I'll stamp him.
There's nothing I like more than a good fight to get the blood flowing. And I pull open my cloak and show a strap of daggers and a short sword.
Oh, they sent the right people. Let's go. Oh, is there a house of ill repute? They usually attract all the autistic guys. People. Sorry.
A gnome passing you in the passage because it seems to be time to show your weapons, like pulls out a nasty hammer. Ha ha!
Aye. Well done. Would you happen to know of a place where we might find some musicians and people entertaining themselves with those that they find most attractive? If that makes any sense to you.
It does. You want a house of ill repute.
I do.
There is one, but I warn you that this is Space, Florida, and the median age here is about 70.
I see nothing wrong with this.
In that case, go down there, go to the left, and just smell. You go to where it smells like lavender.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Nice weapons.
Thank you.
And he heads off. So you follow the smell of lavender?
Yes. And as we're going, I turn to Blood Glasses. I'm assuming he means the average age of a human being 70, not 70 and 11 years, or else it might be too young.
Yeah. All
So
right. Just remember, don't kiss anyone. You might contract aggressive mouth. It's a terrible disease where you chew off your own lips and then swallow them.
I'm willing to take that chance, Bloodclaw. I'm willing to take that chance.
So because this is a place where people were stranded, as you discovered last time, there are a lot of people that have been here a long time. There are younger people, but they're actually kind of second generation stranded. There's even some that are third or fourth. But the preponderance of people here are over the proverbial hill. So you approach a building that has a lot of windows with curtains that are lit from behind, and there are silhouettes of people of various shapes and sizes performing luring Uhura fan dances in the windows.
Well, I think we found the place we're looking for. I smell lavender and I see thighs.
And I see a glint in your eye, Twillinger. Are you familiar with these houses?
Typically less run down than this, but I'm willing to travel to the Underdark, if you will, for a night of fun.
I will leave the talking to you, Twillinger, but know this, as a doctor, I have to deliver a lot of bad news. So maybe leave out the part that we're playing all these instruments to attract a gigantic, enormous fish that might easily swallow us all. How about birthday party for the captain? We need some musicians.
Well. Yes, very clever, Bloodclaw. Very clever indeed.
Just so you know, taking a journey to the Underdark is usually a few gold extra.
Hey-oh.
As you approach, you actually do hear music. There is some palm tweedling. There is lap drumming of various kinds, and there is a chubby middle-aged half-orc bouncer chewing on a stogie, and he's got a sandwich in his lap. Oh, boys.
Hello, my name is Twillinger Blithely. I'm the quartermaster of the ship known as the Temerity, and this is Bloodclaw, a medic.
Oh, right. You're what they've been calling the pinata.
Yes, the pinata, indeed. For when you strike it, out comes candy.
yeah, and food and supplies and all the shit we need to not die.
Yes, and we needed to make space in our ship, so it worked out for best for everyone.
Oh, beautiful. So you're looking to make eternity in becalmed space a little more interesting?
In a sense, yes. We were trying to hire some musicians to come to the ship and entertain us. Our spirits are down, and we could use something to brighten our spirits, especially the captain. It is coming up close enough to his birthday that some music and merriment may raise his spirits along with the rest of us.
Yes, he has a condition called mild death. So the older he gets, the closer he gets to succumbing to it. So we want to keep him happy as long as he can be.
It's as if he has a wish, and these musicians might be able to make it.
You want musicians?
Yes, musicians, and perhaps some folks who enjoy dancing for me and for my entertainment as well, mayhaps.
You don't seem all that young to be quite this innocent. The services we provide here are dancing would be generous.
Oh, well, I meant at the ship itself, sir. At the ship itself.
Also, the captain is an avowed bachelor. He'll enjoy it.
Oh, poor guy. All right. Let me walk you in. I'll introduce you to the musicians.
Hey, Twillinger, that went better than I thought. You didn't even have to kill anyone.
Well, I was hoping we wouldn't have to, but like I said, a good scrape always gets the blood flowing, doesn't it?
So you head in, and there is a room where there are a variety of specimens displayed in a as luring presentation as they can manage given the surroundings. And there is a ragtag band of people with instruments that have been oft repaired and are very seriously out of tune. And they are playing kind of what is the classic stripper song? It's
Wah, 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 wah.
Wait, they're dancing to Space, Pour Some Sugar on Me?
No, it's got a name, like the really old school, like almost. We have now proven ourselves younger than the other two players. Sorry.
Twillinger, we found the lower intestine of this city. This is abysmal.
Yeah. So it smells like despair and lavender in here.
Let's do this quick.
Take a break. These boys are looking for musicians for a virgin's birthday party.
Not close enough. I'm not gonna correct them.
They stop playing, and one of them comes up, and he is a changeling apparently, because he fixes his face when he approaches, gives himself a little beard. Hey, how you doing? You need musicians for a party?
Yeah.
Yes, on the ship, the Temerity. You may have heard about our ship. Apparently, we're known as a pinata.
Oh, the pinata.
Yes.
So you want to give the boy like a nice goodbye party before your ship is torn to pieces?
More like it's close to his birthday, and we'd like to raise his spirits since we're trying to, and the rest of the ship as well. We're trying to deal with the fact that perhaps we may never leave.
Yes, he wrote his own music, and he wants it played. It's his birthday wish. What can we say? It's a terrible piece of music. Sounds like people throw up and then sit in it. But it's our captain.
He's into more esoteric music, if you will.
So, I mean, I don't want to be this guy.
Mm.
But you know that cacophony that you played for 9 hours yesterday?
Yes.
Everyone within like a mile heard that.
Well, crap. That's what we need.
Well, you were playing giant instruments and like tubas with fart bags and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this is what he enjoys.
Hey, don't judge us, okay?
Look, he is our acting captain, and perhaps he's more of a Captain Beefheart than anything else. Oh, I got somebody with that.
All right. Can I make a medicine check to see if this guy maybe has any illness? He surely will have one in this
Roll
place.
a d12 if you get really high. In this case, lucky would be he has a
11.
He has a Beefheart.
He has a form of space herpes. There are
Listen.
telltale sores.
Now that you spit into my face and I can smell your breath, I will have you know I'm a trained medic. And you have stomach eye, which means there's an eye in the inside of your stomach watching you day and night, and it has caused you space herpes. You might have noticed bumps on several parts of your body. I can cure this. But please, one hand washes the other, and in this case, I really would invite you to wash your hands too. I will heal this, but you must come with us and play this song. I beg you.
I mean, I'm assuming that the captain is randomly, his favorite song seems to be the Call of the Calamar Space Whale, because that's what we were hearing all day yesterday, unless it's an incredible coinky dink.
Well,
it helps him sleep.
It's like white noise?
It's like whale sounds help him sleep. I don't understand it. He's having trouble drifting off due to the malaise he's feeling being trapped.
He likes whales. So what's it gonna be?
Or he just likes whales, one or the other.
I gotta ask. I know that little panda guy tried this 6 months ago, and an adorable little panda ship went snap, and they got trapped here. Your ship, I think, is it tougher than the little panda ship was?
Oh, certainly. The Temerity? Listen to the name. Temerity.
Yeah. Also, have you seen this man's calves?
Have you seen my calves, by the way? I don't know if this is related to this or not, but Bloodclaw is bringing them up.
Like iron. And he is among the weakest of our crew. We can deal with anything.
The weakest. And I with my shirt to reveal the fact that I only have 6% body fat and I'm absolutely ripped. The weakest, you say, Bloodclaw?
Yeah.
The weakest.
This is you're ruining my my deceit. That was my point. Never mind. Come and play for us. There's a reward in it for you.
Meanwhile,
Maz, we were doing so well. We were doing so great. And then I had to go rip my shirt off.
You're totally not going to get killed.
Dez and Opal.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting here wondering, was that the smartest idea to send the two of those? Well, they'll do fine.
The warden is approaching with several of the town defenders. The warden is basically the captain of the guard. He is a human paladin that was disconnected by being in space from his god, who he calls Valor. He has a star tattoo over his left eye. If you're familiar with the Marvel character Longshot, it kind of looks like that, which is a good look for a paladin, I think. But he's got that kind of like paladin who's fallen because he was in love with the king's wife, and it came back right during the third wheel kind of shaggy business to him. He sits down on the deck. Are you always say acting captain? Are you acting like a captain right now?
Oh, well, yes, of course. I'm always the acting captain. I'm an actor, you see. And Twillinger, for whatever reason, thought it was a funny joke, and it seems to have just kind of stuck with me.
Do you have an actual captain who's not just an actor acting like a captain?
Well, why, that would be me, of course.
Of course. Sure. And Opal, you're not confusing at all. Opal, the young woman that you punched real hard?
Yeah.
They're raising trouble in town. They are claiming that the fact that you didn't pull away indicates that you're probably here for the long haul, and she's trying to get more people to come, and they're calling your ship a pinata.
What? How?
Well, then that indicates it's about to be a party, and I am an excellent host, especially when it comes to handing out punches.
Oh, especially when you'd be swinging a big stick. Just might have a sharp blade on the end.
Nice. So you'd be serving a punch. Okay, yeah. I'm actually going to give you that the small resulting battle is won based on the cleverness of Lexa's wordplay.
Yeah.
Nice.
You have to roll it. Normally you get so mad when I make puns.
No. It was completely appropriate, and you literally pass it out punch, and the party they come in, they test you. The other reason I don't think we have to roll it is you do have enough. I mean, you are leveled characters, and they are basically glorified thugs, and they'll test you, and they will find out very quickly it's a bad idea to actually try to take over and ransack the ship. There are more of them, but they will take, you also have 2 ballista, and they'll come in flying, and since you've been warned, you'll take down like anywhere from 3 to 5 of them before they even get anywhere near you. And then Opal, let's just for funsies, give me intimidate and advantage for Opal. Let's see how fast this shakes down.
I'm sorry, I heard intimidate and what else?
At advantage.
Ooh. Balls. I didn't roll terribly well.
You have an inspiration sitting there if you want to use it.
Oh, can I?
You can.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yep.
So much better. That could have been real bad. I mean, funny. But...
Right. Because there's no failure. There's just where I get to beat you up.
Right, exactly. 25 in this case.
So they come in, and the crew helps you, but principally they've been warned what a badass Opal is. So there's been scuttlebutt among them before they would come in. So only by the force of personality of the leader do they actually do it, and the advantage of numbers. So by the time you knock out enough of them, they don't have advantage of numbers anymore. They turn tail, and within like 3 rounds with that kind of a roll, they leave, like pulling the floating unconscious and dead after them. Meanwhile, I am going to need a persuasion from Terwilliger. You have given your pitch.
All right. Dang it. 11.
So who's the philosopher character from The Good Place?
Chidi.
Chidi. So that felt like a Chidi moment to me. Like, when Chidi takes off his shirt and it's like, oh, you should definitely play Superman.
Yeah.
Twilliger's like, I have lovely calves, and then kabam, like I can crush cans with my abs. So they finally, you talk to them and they say, look, if what you're doing is actually trying to summon the beast, you think you have a chance of leaving, what you're going to need is people willing to go with, because if we're pulled away, we're not coming back.
This had crossed my mind, but I was hoping you'd just enjoy being on an adventure.
Yeah, see, that's kind of like a bait and switch, like kind of a scumbag move. Yeah, whereas if you tell us straight up, we need desperate people that can play instruments that want to get off this rock and away from these assholes, you might have a better shot.
We need desperate people who play instruments who want to get off of this rock.
My God, you have a golden tongue, Twillinger. Who can
Thank you.
resist this offer?
Why, thank you.
You're
I
not
came up
just
with it
good
myself.
looking, you're also a poet.
So the next day on the way back, Twillinger, you've had a nice meal, you've had a nice rest. Bloodclaw and Twillinger are heading back to the ship, and you have 4 Brementown strip club musicians with you, all senior citizens, all kind of desperate and scoundrelly, but they can play instruments. And on the way back in, you see the scavengers that have been routed going back past you.
Oh, you look terrible. My good sir, my good person. Perhaps our medic Bloodclaw could take a look at you.
Do you want to flag them down, Bloodclaw, and offer medical help?
Sure, why not? Hey, you.
So you end up earning 60 gold,
Whoa, my goodness.
and you treat several of them for a bad case of pissing off Opal.
I think I see a business opportunity. Opal and Bloodclaw. We will keep each other occupied and in business 50-50. We can be rich in no time.
Wow.
Brilliant.
Bouncer and the healer.
So your return, they've added 4 more members to your growing and ever stranger crew.
Just as a question, did
Yeah.
we leave any of those Ravagers alive? The one, are there any left?
Yeah,
did
they
we
had
capture
somebody
any?
back and they healed him.
Right,
Most.
but did we capture any?
Sure. Why?
Oh, it's more of a question of, we need to talk to like the warden and be like, all right, what do you plan on doing with them? Because I don't really want to take them with me.
Oh no, they would, unless you stop them, unless you wanted to capture one. They
Okay.
would wounded the dead with them.
Fair enough.
Yeah, they wouldn't just leave them or like try to stow away their wounded. Like, just put them in an apple barrel; it'll be fine.
You would have to specifically tell Opal and Durgan that you wanted to keep somebody to stay. Otherwise, they're all getting yeeted pretty
Yep.
quickly off the boat.
Very nice. Opal, here's
Walk the
30
plank.
gold, 50-50 of my haul. Well done.
Whoa, yeah.
Well placed injuries, just the right amount, easy to heal, no big deal. I didn't even need medicine. Perfect. You are an artist.
Yeah. I hurt things very well sometimes. I punched a cloud.
I punched a cloud.
It's going to be top on your CV.
All
It's
right.
fresh in your mind. She's still happy about it.
The following day, I need a D12 roll from Andreas, please.
A what roll?
D12.
Oh. Hachi! Do it well, do it well, do it. It's a 6.
Okay. You get everybody in position. In the morning, you teach the Brementown 4 how to use the Hooberglubers that they're assigned, and that's going to up the quality of the 8 you have playing to the point where, having spent a day learning what you got, with the addition of them, no roll is required. You play for about 2 hours. It is still kind of tiring, and it is an assault on the senses, to be sure, but it is in its own way more harmonious. Like yesterday, it was like a bunch of people playing like those terrible electronic toy instruments all at once, so it was just noise.
Preschool
Today-
reporters.
Yeah, well, I meant that's bad enough. But I meant like the ones with the buttons, like the Saxaboom and like
Oh yeah.
where there were all kinds of pretend instruments that just had buttons and key switches, and you're like, "Mama, I'm a musician." Like that's good, Tommy.
So a kindergarten assembly of singing and
Yeah.
instrument playing.
But today, it all kind of comes together as this kind of vast, rolling, thunderous sound. And after an hour and a half or two, a shadow passes over, which is odd because the light source, there's ambient light here. There's little crystals in the air that shoot little rainbow lightning bolts between them. But despite that, because it's a world of magic, a shadow passes over everyone. You look up, and there is a creature that looks kind of like what is the creature? What's the creature they think was the mermaid?
Manatee?
Manatee, thank you. So picture a manatee the size, about 5 times the size of a whale.
Oh, jeez.
So, it's the size of like a city block. And it comes into view, and it's making a sound in its chest that matches the sound that you're making with your instruments. So now that becomes like a harmonic, and it's almost painful. So you're going to end up like having to plug your ears. And at this point, I would think that various of you who are not playing instruments would begin calling out orders and trying to get those spears in place.
Be calling over Captain Rule. What now?
Yep. But you've got plenty of other people. I mean, you have Ilario. Ilario is effectively first mate when you need one, and very competent. We don't see a lot of him, so I don't think I flashed his picture enough to remember who the hell that is. But there, it's Ilario. Migra, who works in the crow's nest, who is probably all into flying over with the limited gravity and planting a spear. You have Sajix. Again, I think we've seen her picture once. She is another member of your kind of secondary crew. The twins will stay safe. They're actually not going to be on deck in case something goes wrong. Durgan is not playing an instrument, so it's going to be one of the people planting a spear. And then there is this campaign's Chad, who is Bryce. Bryce is the role you would cast from remember when Sam Worthington was everybody who was supposed to be kind of hot? This is like whatever the current Sam Worthington is, that's who'd play that. And he probably also has a spear. I'm assuming you will have informed Exelfear, that's this little fella, who is your patron, technically, and you'll have him stay in his cabin, right? Like he's only like 12 inches tall, so he's not very helpful with spears and such. All right.
By now, I think everybody within 10 kilometers knows what's going on.
Yes. Yes. So you plant the spears, you can stop singing, and when you do, eventually it'll sing by itself for a while, which is actually kind of beautiful in its own way. And then it'll get bored and it will start to swim. And when it swims, it pulls the ship. So now I need Adam to make 3 D20 rolls for me. These are death saves for the ship.
Oh, joy.
So 10 or better is a success. Rules are like death saves. So if somehow out of those 3 rolls, you get 3 failures, you have broken the ship.
19,
1 success.
17,
4 successes.
floor, 17.
That
Yes.
Temerity pulls through.
Did it.
In fact, we actually stretch the spine a little bit, and she feels that much nicer.
So the full success like that means there is literally no damage to the ship.
All right, before we leave this abysmal place, I will use Skywrite, and I will write in clouds, "Ha ha, pinata out, suckers."
I'd like to think that somehow like 4 runes that somehow, very clearly are that message.
There you go.
And I think with the camera will sweep back because you didn't capture or kill the leader of the scavengers. So she's shaking her fist at the ship. And it flies away. So the way this works is in wild space, then going into Spelljamming Phlogiston, you end up traveling hundreds of miles an hour. So it goes away from normal flight speed to increasingly faster and faster speeds, because ultimately at spelljamming speed, you're traveling interplanetary, right? So this creature is able to just fly fast enough to pull you out of the affected area where you were becalmed. So the crystals kind of wash past you, and that will confirm to those of you who remember this from last episode, your various theories about, well, why don't we just walk out of here? Or, yeah, you could, but when you see how big this area was, it would have taken you years. But fortunately, the big manatee space thing is able to pull you free in the matter of half an hour, maybe. And once it's free of the sparklies, it starts to accelerate into spelljamming speeds, at which point you want to cut the rope.
And I can see at this point.
Just want to mention, I was asleep when we came to this godforsaken place, but are you sure you know where we're going?
Once we cut ourselves free, yes.
All right. I put my trust in you. Remember, I have a sharp beak.
Listen, Exosphere is paying us our fee for that. So,
at this point,
yes, we know where we're going. Oh, I have to say this. This has got to be the point where Jaco comes running up going, wait, I've got an idea and a big net, and we can catch a whole bunch of these crystals on the way out.
Jaco is occupied. She is engaging in a telepathic tryst with the beholder that is the bartender in Rijik, which you have just left. She is occupied in her chambers and has actually crafted a do not disturb sign, which is posted on her door.
By crafted a do not disturb sign, you mean she just put her sock on the
Sure,
door?
yes.
Yeah.
So at this point, Migra yells, "Worms!" And you look up and you realize, as certain people are going to cut the ropes, that the giant creature, the Kalimar, has been infested by parasites. And once you're free of the crystals that were repressing certain kinds of magic, the worms that were under its hide, so it's like it's got like a blubber layer, like a whale would, and they live in there. They kind of swim in the blubber layer, and once you hit the ever increasing speeds, they start to pull out, and then some are going to stream down to and infest the ship.
Hey, better than spiders.
Well, this is the worst case of man ulcer I've ever seen.
I'm going to give us a let's do a 4-minute bio break. We will be right back. So Bree, can you give us the usual, and we'll be right back.
Oh, it's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and jail to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary. 'Cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-too-da-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize
To anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggly-dum-de-doo-da-terrio-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before? Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road.
the world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be
But
afraid.
every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggly-dum-de-doo-da-terrio-dee-da-dee. A fwit-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before? Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Adventures waiting further down the road.
Let's go!
Welcome back. We have successfully bowed our break. The ship was pulled away. You are being pulled out of the becalmed area by an enormous creature, and as you hit the phlogiston, the effect of moving from wild space to phlogiston causes an infestation of worms to emerge from the blubber of the creature, which rain down upon the ship.
Bloodclaw, seek.
Worms, you say? I am in heaven.
So the worms are the size of a 1984 supermodel's forearm.
I'm in heaven.
So I'm going to need everybody who isn't a delighted and overeating bird to roll a saving throw.
What kind?
Constitution, please.
Okay.
I'm going to join my lunch to the infestation with a 7.
Okay.
12.
Opal, what you got?
Well, I got a nat 21, but altogether that's a 25.
Okay, so no trouble for you. Twilliger?
I got a 12 total.
Okay. So out of these characters, and this is a very personal question, and bearing in mind that people are of all shapes and sizes, and there is no judgment here, who has the most body fat? We've established it is not Twilliger.
No.
I have tiny hollow bones.
That's probably not the bird either.
I'm going to guess either Baz or Opal, but Opal,
Probably Opal?
well, I don't
she
know.
does love her cupcakes and does haunt Corky's kitchen.
Yeah, but how often do you sit there and you're training day in and day out to smack
True.
things?
I know, but I always envisioned Opal kind of like a ridiculous power lifter.
Mm.
Very wee, just compacted.
So what that tells me is the worms are attacking the crew.
Oh no.
Because it turns out our 4 PCs today are all lean and mean role-playing machines. So you're plugging worms off of like the secondary sailors. There are like 4 of them, I think. Let's see, you've got the names of them in the manifest. Yeah, you have 4 extra sailors and 4 basically Marines. So some of those people I think would get hit. A lot of your straight crew are not. Like this guy has no body fat. Oh my god, it's the poor dwarves. So I think that
Look, our dwarven metabolism, we're sturdy. We're sturdy
Right.
people.
I'll try and help people get rid of the worms. But hey, Ruck, you got one on your back. But wait, we could leave it on for a little. Maybe it has medicinal value like a leech.
No.
What do you think?
dear God, no.
Okay.
Uh,
Nom, 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 nom.
All right, so I think only Baz failed there. So Baz ends up having probably a Blood Claw pull one off and eat it.
I hate it so much.
You're going to be down 4 from your maximum hit points for about a day.
Walnut. With a
Blood,
little bit
Blood
of
Claw,
mustard on it.
yeah, Blood Claw can heal it, but you're going to be down 4 from your max for a day.
All right.
At this point, off you go.
That was disgusting, Captain.
Well, what can I say? We've never done this before, and that was a new and interesting thing to try.
I will take
what-
a digestive nap now.
By the way, Opal, as an aside, just as a suggestion, whatever you do, let's get these off the ship before Corky decides that they're going to be in the next meeting.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
They
I don't know what that purple stuff she was served us last week, but I really don't want these to be added to it.
Captain Dar stands on the forecastle and announces, "We have success! Prepare
Huzzah!
for plugs!" And at this point, the Ritari engage in a cultural ritual of aggressive hugging. So the 13 red pandas will run around the ship, showing their gratefulness by hugging people's legs. And they always look super serious. Like this to them is not cute or childlike. It's a necessary exchange, but it ends up being entirely too cute.
I love it so much.
I thought I had seen it all.
So there are 18 of them. So there are an awful lot of hugs.
I'm actually wondering, so we never actually did discuss with them where we're dropping them off. Or did we just totally pick up an entire Rugrat crew?
So for the time being, you have picked up a Rugrat crew.
Bugbear.
You talk to the captain, and he knows you have an urgent quest and probably can't afford a week or so to try to find some place on the maps that the twins have that they know to drop them back off. So they will help out. And the captain, Captain Dar says, I normally consider myself captain of my crew, even if we're not on my ship, but you have proven yourself a worthy captain.
Why, thank you. And I shall prove to be worthy of it to the best of my ability. Just remember, 1 vote each.
I have a question, though.
Yes.
Are you just acting like a really good captain, and you're actually
I am a very good captain. Thank you very much. Just
But
ask the rest of the
saying you're an actor? I don't know if you're acting like a good captain. In fact, what you just told me could be you acting like a good captain, acting affronted.
Well, if you're a good enough actor and you can pull it off, everybody believes that's who you are, regardless of whether you're on stage, on the forecastle, or in real life.
You very successfully did not answer my question.
Oh,
All right.
just plug it out.
All right. All right. So over the next couple of days, is there anything that you all want to get accomplished?
I have this really intense desire to try that eyeball, but I'm going to refrain.
You will see Jayco from time to time. She'll come out, stretch her legs, have a nice meal, and then you'll try to talk to her about what she's doing, and she'll just be like, later, and go back to the room, put the sign back, and close the door. All right, so on the second day, Bloodclaw, you are up in the crow's nest. Seems a little racist now that you're up there, but with her, that's Migra. And the perception roll from Bloodclaw, please.
And anyway, it turned out to be Ogrefoot. It's a terrible disease where one foot swells up to the size of a man.
How do you walk?
You can't.
Oh,
All right. Did you say perception? It's a
has anyone told you you're kind of a bummer, Doc?
19. Well,
So-
all the wonders of the world are here for us to see. Some pleasant, some not. What is that?
Over her shoulder, you see a very ornate-looking, spell-jamming carriage. So it looks like a carriage that has the kind of wings like your ship does, and it has no horse pulling it. It looks like a combination of a spell-jamming craft and a very ornate, very pricey carriage.
Well, I should probably tell the captain.
And I grab a rope and slide down in a
Okay.
manner, and then knock on the captain's cabin.
He's practicing some of his captaining in a mirror. He does that a lot.
Ah, yes. Now you should definitely work on your aim. So what you have to do is, of course, you have to act like me. And what? Who is it?
It's me, Captain.
Yes, Bloodclaw. What?
There
No,
is
I
a-
am not suffering from drippy dong again.
We might need your intense intellect to figure out what's going on. There seems to be a carriage spell jamming away.
Oh,
Close to the
yes,
ship.
yes. Just a minute. Be right there. Right there.
Your mustache is a little sideways.
I'll trick.
All right, I will see you.
Yep, there we go. Come on.
All
So-
right.
There.
Walk back out there. and
So
we see a
the
beautiful
party is all, certainly the PCs, you're all alerted. Do you want to have Durgan at the ballista?
Generally, I would be like, whenever we run into this, I think it should be ship policy that we have at least one person at each, with everyone else ready to go that way until we know who we're dealing with.
Okay.
Sounds
So
promising.
it is traveling at spelljamming speeds and is catching up and looks like it's going to pull up alongside you. So you're not flying like you would when you're playing Spelljammer, you avoid terms like atmosphere because it's
Mhm.
not a scientific game. But in an atmosphere, you're not like flying at 40 inches per round. You're going however many miles per hour, or it's space fantasy tech, so probably meters. But it is coming up probably to engage. It doesn't look like it's coming to. You don't see any weapons. Like it's a carriage.
Right. But, just call up, have the ballista ready, but, don't be threatening until we're fired upon, if possible.
Fly friendly?
As it gets closer, you see that it's mostly deeply red and black wood, trimmed in gold. Very beautiful.
Opal, get your whacking stick ready.
That's quite well appointed, Captain.
Do you know how much we could strip that for? If we took a little bit of time, we could get some of that. Has some great value on the secondary market.
I would like to point out that we did not much appreciate it when somebody came up to us and wanted to strip the temerity down to its nuts and bolts.
Pirate.
Right now, we are already hired. We are currently, what is that term? We're privateers at this point.
There is.
Oh, I perfectly imitate the captain's voice and say, "One person, one vote."
Anyways,
There-
run up the flags of friendship.
there's a flash of light on the deck. There is a exhalation of some kind of smoke or mist, and a single figure appears on the deck. They look to have used magic, like a misty step or a dimension door, to cross from the carriage to the deck, because the vehicle's at that distance where that would be possible. The individual is tall, dressed like a Neil Gaiman character, mostly in blacks and reds, reasonably gaunt, very arched, dark eyebrows, lots of gold jewelry, and is physically very warm, like being close to them, physically warm.
Well met. I'm Captain Bastian Basil Chadwick III. Welcome to the temerity.
When he speaks with two voices at once. Can you speak Infernal?
I wanted to say that I do not, because I was pretty
So-
sure that everything I took, was much more likely to be something that we would. Oh, nope, I take that back. I forgot one time when I was playing Descent into Avernus on stage, I had to pick up a few bits of that vocabulary.
Bloodclaw knows it. So he's speaking Common and Infernal at the same time.
Weird.
Can I make an Arcana or Insight or whatever check to figure out what kind of thing this is? Maybe I
Go ahead and make an Arcana check, yeah.
All right. Pew! It is a 16 and 3. 19.
So he should have wings, but there are some creatures like this that can manifest wings at will and dismiss them at will. If he does in fact have wings, this may be a star fiend, which is a form of space demon.
Okay, I will whisper this to the captain. Space demon, watch for the wings.
So Baz, what you know is these are the forces of the Pentarch. This is the race that works for the Conqueror that Exalfir is trying to keep bottled up.
So we don't like them, is what I'm getting.
Well, it depends. Your group has done all kinds of things to surprise me. So I'm not going to make any predeterminations. I've gotten out of that habit. So he says,
Pirates.
I wish to speak to the captain.
You're speaking to him. What have you to say?
My name is Moltir. I am a lieutenant of the Pentarch.
Pentach. Oh, right. The one that's trapped inside of his own sphere, yes?
I have come to offer you a vast fortune.
Ooh.
Ooh. I look around. I believe you have our attention.
Inside of that trap are entire worlds. And my master is currently the lord of all of them. And so, as you can imagine, he has access to wealth that may well be beyond the dreams of most mortals.
Wait, inside there?
Yes.
I have a really big imagination, and that's quite a small vessel.
We have a very large hold.
Well, I haven't brought all I would give with me in my personal conveyance. There is an arrangement that would have to be made first.
I feel like we will have to do something for him. Don't you think, Captain? I very rarely encounter anyone who just gives large sums of money away.
I come to offer you freedom. As far as I can tell, you have been engaged in a series of tasks, a series of small missions and quests. I'm sure on some level you would like to get back to your business. I am offering, if you were to allow us to transport your guest, we would be willing to open our coffers to you, to upgrade this ship in ways that I think you would find very pleasing, and let you go on your way to become legendary.
Captain Rule, are you our guest and would be you any chance willing to go with this person?
I thought I was a member of your crew.
So I'm not exactly sure which guest you're talking about then.
Well,
Also, I would like to point out there are no small missions, only small messengers.
Oh, beautifully put, Captain. You are a poet and a warrior.
you, I'm sure, are aware that captaining, as any form of leadership, is a series of choices. Antagonize me at your peril.
Opal, do you have your whacking stick?
Always my captain.
Wonderful. So, why don't you explain to us exactly why you're willing to offer so much to such a small ship, as it were?
I see no reason to continue to play games like this. You know what I
Wonderful.
want.
Then why don't you go back and run yourself up a game of chess while we get on with adult business? Thank you.
Captain, one of those rare moments where you might use a swear word. I think it would be applicable here.
Later, okay? I haven't picked the right moment yet.
I thought, oh, never mind.
You could just tell him to get fucked.
But that doesn't have the right amount of panache.
Now you took the captain's spot. It was he was.
As,
Hold on.
as this
Hold-
conversation is happening, he's facially changing, and he's becoming distinctly more demonic looking.
All right. Quick huddle. Put it to a vote. Do we tell him to get fucked or do we find something more artistic?
More artistic, more artistic. That's my vote.
I say
Suggestions,
we punch
please.
him before he gets any weirder looking. Otherwise, Jayco's going to be fancy in this one.
I think he might be suffering from the whispering intolerance, a terrible disease that leads to bad decisions. Also, he seems irritable. Are we sure he cannot just blow our ship up with a word? I just want to make sure we're making a sound decision here, Captain.
Well, turn and look at him.
I think the moment's passed, Captain.
Well, hold on. First off, we need the right insult. Twillinger, do you have it or not?
Perhaps something about how he could use his lips upon our rear end and kiss our ass, as it may be said.
Also, he has weak calves.
Yes. You have wee calves and you can kiss our heinies.
Well put, Captain.
Your lives are worth that of that tiny fairy.
Well, actually, considering how much he paid us, I think we're worth a bit more than that. So I'm going to say that we on the Temerity are a ship that can be bought, but once we're bought, we stay bought.
Here, here.
Now,
And-
kindly get
We're loyal pirates.
off our ship, or we shall throw you off.
He smiles and vanishes.
Nah.
Twins,
Well,
you better punch up the speed.
Does
All right.
the ship take
Jane,
off?
Jane is in the helm and she concentrates. The ship starts to accelerate. Behind you, a massive swirling portal starts to form.
Smoothly done, Captain. You showed him.
Thank you. Get those ballista trained where they need to go.
Okay. All right. And at this point, hang on one sec. I think long-time viewers know what's coming.
Yep.
Oh, why?
Yep.
As you are,
Bambi.
there is a cracking noise and previously unseen damage in the ship shatters the helm, and the ship slows. Fortunately, you have a second helm because you negotiated to have a backup helm. You bought it, remember, from being in the tavern, so you have one.
2 of them. We got 2.
Let me change that.
Excellent foresight.
At the moment, as the Starfiend ships pour through the portal, you realize that you cannot fly away. What?
We need to get that other helm installed.
Twillinger, you're up. Keep them off us while we fix the ship.
It is easily said, is easily done.
Good. I have full trust in you.
So I think at this point, what we would do is the camera would go back as you realize what's coming through that portal is dozens of ships.
Ooh.
So we see the people on the Temerity struggling to prepare a defense, pulling the helm that was broken off in preparation for trying to install the new one. The ballista is firing. Opal is ready to whack the first few that get onto the deck. Yeah.
One thing. The ferry, they are after the ferry.
Yes.
After our passenger. Well, I would go, since I'm probably relatively useless in a fight. I will go and find him.
Okay.
All right, bad news. There's a Starfeed coming with many ships trying to kidnap you. So if you have any means of disappearing, hiding, any trickery you can employ, this would be the moment. I could swallow you. I mean, you would die, but you would also be not seen. It's not a good plan, but it is a plan. I'm a little bit time pressured here.
Are you stealthy?
What?
Are you stealthy?
Yes, very.
Very well. And he flies over and crawls under your robes.
Well, that is a beautiful plan.
Hide.
I turn invisible.
And at that point, I am going to say we will see everyone next week because we're going to begin with a ship overwhelmed by Starfiends and a very likely segue into captured PCs. I'm going to thank Bambi for the extra chaos that made this possible.
No,
Thanks, Bambi.
not okay.
All right. Thank you for joining us. Let's again send our healing vibes out to Z. The space plague is no damn fun. And thanks to Barrett for sitting in tonight for her. So we had our 4. Much appreciated. Your calves are always a super shapely and sexy addition to any game.
Why, thank you.
And welcome to Andreas.
This is not why I studied medicine for 4 years.
All right. We will be back next time, same bat channel, same bad time, and hopefully we will be live and direct next time. So follow us online. Go look for us on Facebook, and we will see you soon. Goodbye.
Go and subscribe to our YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I'm waving at Bree, who is not seated. Oh, okay. I will go ahead and hit the big red button. All right. Goodbye, all.
The hand waves get even more awkward.